Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Alec of Moeller Football. How's it going?
Going good.
Okay, so how is the off season going?
It's going really well. I'd say it's tough. It's long. 6:30 to 10:30 Monday through Thursday, but everyone seems to be pretty locked in. Think it's a good start to the year.
What's been the biggest improvement you think that you have made yourself this off season?
I'd say for sure. I feel like me as well as a lot of the other seniors, we just know the playbook so much better than we have in the past. We had a new coach a few years ago, and I feel like this is the first year where I see like everyone knows exactly what we're doing. It's not we're putting in new stuff all the time. And I just think that's gonna improve our game a whole bunch.
Yeah, for sure. You talk about it having a new coach. What was that like? First off,
Well, freshman year it was kind of different because we were kind of off on our own, so we didn't really get Coach Nauman too much. We were successful as freshmen, but the varsity was not so much. So going into my sophomore year, it was our first year with Coach Elder, and did not have a very good year whatsoever. But that was the seniors' third year in a row with a different coach, which is just impossible to win games with, just having so much switching up. But having our grade as seniors now, I think is huge because it's like we had our whole varsity football with the same coach and through the same system. So we obviously had a whole bunch of success last year with it, but I could just see kind of a dynasty building with Coach Elder.
yeah, for sure. All right. So of course says, okay, it's time for the 10 burning questions. Of course, if you've seen this before, I'll ask the same 10 to a lot of players throughout the year. And here we go. First one is, how do you mentally prepare for a game?
Me personally, I listen to the same music before a game. I try to stay relatively quiet. I don't like to get all rowdy. That's some people's style. They like to get themselves all hyped up. I like to stay as locked in as I can, though. And then try not to get too worked up. I mean, it's definitely nervous going into games, especially as a running back, but I like to kind of do the same thing every time. Just keep calm, listen to the same music, get my brain in the right headspace so I have the right adrenaline when I get into it. But
we'll get to music later on. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you manage time?
Depends. Definitely depends. Because if we're talking about schoolwork and homework, I'd say around a 2. But if we're talking more football and training, I'd say 7, 8, maybe 9.
Okay.
I feel like I like to get a lot of things done versus procrastinate too much when it comes to that type of stuff I actually enjoy.
For sure. If you got to pick one social media app to use and drop the rest, what would you use?
Instagram, definitely Instagram.
Do you just like looking at all the pictures and stuff?
I just scroll through Instagram reels like all day. It takes up so much of my time.
Yeah, for sure.
Just watching videos.
Yeah, it's basically I think that's the most common one I've heard. Okay. All right. You say you listen to music before the game, but what's on your game day playlist?
I'm a huge J. Cole fan, so I have like a full J. Cole playlist, and I always listen right before I go out. I always listen to "Love Yours." It just gets me in like the perfect headspace before I go out there and play.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at replying to texts and phone calls?
6. I mean, I'd say pretty average. I wouldn't like.
Okay.
There's definitely a lot of texts I miss and stuff like that, but I don't think I'm super on top of it, but not horrible.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty good at it. What is a TV streaming show that you're really into right
Um, Yellowstone. Yellowstone, definitely.
now? I've not seen it, so is it
Yeah, yeah, it's intense. It's good. I watched it with my dad.
nice? Um, okay. Outside of sleeping on an average week, how much time do you actually spend at home? So incorporate school activities, hanging out with friends.
On a normal week, 3 hours, maybe 3 hours.
What is the earliest memory that you can remember when you were a child? So go back and think about what's the earliest memory that you can remember.
Huh. I remember back in first grade. I remember this pretty clearly. Falling off the monkey bars and breaking my wrist.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. From the times I've done this, everyone remembers when they were little and got hurt. That's like the most common thing that when I ask this question, a lot that's the answer that I've been. Yeah. What is your pregame meal before a game?
Our school provides our meals before games.
Yeah.
But usually it's some sort of pasta, some sort of protein,
Yeah.
and then like a piece of bread or something like that. But I honestly have trouble eating before games. I just like can't get very much down. So I end up giving a lot of my food to the big guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's always different when it comes to that. And finally, this is the last one. If you could give advice to your younger self, something you know now but didn't know then, what would it be?
Um, I'd say probably don't let like um, stereotypes of like say shorter athletes like kind of get to you like that, like you wouldn't be able to do it, because I feel like that's held me back
Yeah.
quite a bit. Like, oh, I don't know if like for instance going to high school, I was like, I don't know if I should go to Moeller. I don't know if I'll be able to play. Like there'll be bigger people, stuff like that. But ended up working really well. I just underestimated myself.
Yeah. All right. Well, good stuff. That's all I got for you. But Alec, thanks so much for coming on. We'll have you on later in the year. How about that?
Yeah, appreciate it. It's great.